Hey everyone, it is July the 7th, and I am happy to be with you on Read Through the Word. And today's lesson, we're just going to be looking at the first two verses of Psalm 92. And I included a worship song for you today. The Lord is just bringing all these worship songs to me. And of course, I just have to share them because you guys know how much worship music means to me, whether it's a hymn or something new or a combination of both. I love them. And it's amazing how many songwriters have composed music for psalms. So enjoy that song of worship today. And looking at these first two verses in Psalm 92, it is good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to the Most High. It is good to proclaim your unfailing love in the morning, your faithfulness in the evening. Did you notice the switch, the personal switch that the psalmist made? Maybe you want to underline that, the word, or circle the word your. He personalizes this verse, the psalmist does. It's good to give thanks to the Lord, to sing praises to the Most High. It is good to proclaim your unfailing love. Please notice it is more than one time a day. It is morning and evening. And the reason I want to point that out is really kind of the essence of our teaching today. There's not a whole lot here that I want to add to those two verses, except for this that was added to me and basically convicted me of the fact that there's not a lot of Thanksgiving, a lot of, not the holiday, but Thanksgiving with me to the Lord. I am guilty, extremely guilty, of going to the Lord straight into my prayer list. Praising Him, yes, a little bit, if I'm being honest, but I just go straight to my list. I have my worship music I listen to, and that kind of leads me and ushers me into that place, but then I have my list. And I really took this really hit me right upside the head almost. Yeah, it did. I was like, oh goodness, that is me. This is what Campbell Morgan, he's one of my favorites. Go carefully and thoroughly through the ordinary services of your church or our churches. Whether the form be liturgical or what we designate free or extempore, note how small a part of them is devoted to giving thanks. Wow. Did he hit the nail on the head? We have prayer services. We have praise services. But I don't know that I've ever attended a Thanksgiving service, a service designated just for thanking God for who He is and what He does. Just in His common grace alone, what He does. Common grace is that's given to everyone. The example of common grace is the ability and the sustainable life that we have here on earth. That is common grace. We have the common grace of God in our lungs, in our being, that we're not burned up by the sun, and we're not frozen by the cold of the winters, and we're not burned up by the warmth of the summer. The common grace that's given to us through the bounty of food that we have access to. Those kinds of things we are here and sustained because of the common grace of God. But wouldn't it be wonderful if there was a service of just thanks, or a combination of praising and thanking instead of just asking? I just pulled out the words give and proclaim, and I put the Hebrew definition, not the word itself, but the definition there in parentheses. So give means to throw or to cast. So we're just casting our thanks on God, just one right after the other. My husband, Scott, loves to fish. And he has all manner of rod and reel setups for different depths of water, different temperatures of water. It's a science. But it doesn't matter what rod he's using, what reel he's using, whether it's a full moon, whether it's a cloudy day. It doesn't matter. To catch a fish, you have to cast the lure out, right? So I think of that. He casts and he brings it right back. And he casts it out and he brings it right back. So when I think of casting, I think naturally of fishing, because he does that. And it's just, he continues to do that all day, all day, all day, until he catches a fish and takes the fish off the hook, puts it back in the water, and continues to do that. So what if we presented voluntarily, without expecting anything in return, our thanks to God for the great parking space that's in the shade? Do I believe God provided that? Yeah. Well, what happens if I wanted to be in the shade and I didn't get in the shade? Well, maybe it's because somebody took my parking place he had for me. Maybe you don't want me parking the parking place. Maybe you think this is crazy and I shouldn't be thanking God for a shady parking place. Whether it was orchestrated, for God, for me, I don't know, but I'm going to thank God for it. Thank you for this shady parking place. It is 100,000 degrees, it feels like, outside with the humidity in the south. And we love to have our parking places in the shade. But my point is this. What if we just thanked him for every little thing? Oh, Lord, thank you for this good, cool glass of water. Thank you, my ice dispenser's working, and I have ice to put in it. Thank you that I have the ability to go out and pick up sticks. I don't like picking up sticks. They're all over my yard. We live under a bunch of trees. But I can go out and pick them up. Don't like it, but I have the ability to do it. You see where I'm going with that? Voluntarily expecting nothing in return. Proclaiming, that means just publicly praising him. When you're somewhere and oh my goodness, this has happened to me. I get somewhere and I'm checking out and I find out that there's a coupon that applied, and the lady or the person checking me out applied it for me. Didn't ask for it, didn't have it, but she had it or he had it, and they applied it. And I will say, oh, thank you, Lord, that was just a gift. And I thank the person for remembering to, or including that in my sale. Or maybe it's cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be 30% off, but I got up there and it was 30% off, and everything that was on sale was an additional 15% off. Whatever it might be, I thank God in that moment, and I thank him out loud. Proclaiming is a public proclamation of what God has done for you. I included a few things from Enduring Word. These are not mine. It is good because to give thanks because, and I just listed those there. You can read those. I don't need to read them to you. But that's just to get you started. Maybe you are having a hard time going, I don't really know what to thank God for. Well, there's some right there. That's a good start, don't you think? That's a really good start. Oh, and I think I included, yep, I did. And we already talked about it, the song. A song for you to worship to today. But let's just do what is good. God tells us what is good. So often we say, what does God want me to do? Well, he wants us to do this. So let's do it. Let's just shake the rafters of heaven with our praises today. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.